billionaires. More billionaires are made in a recession like right now than any other time. And by now, you might be wondering, who are we? Who am I? Well, we are the Mickelson twins, the founder of publishinglife.com. My name is Christian, and the other guy is my twin brother, Rasmus. And we've built multiple six-figure online businesses using this exact model. So why that's important is because we do what we teach. What I'm about to show you, we're doing every single day. And we've helped thousands of people create sustainable wealth online just by copying the same repeatable system that we discovered. And that's why you've never seen anything like this before. If there's ever anyone sharing anything like this, that's because they've worked with us, taken our content, and regurgitated it to you. But anyway, this right here is an income report from one of our accounts for over $22,000. But we're mainly going to be sharing something way more important to you, and that's student results, because no system is worth anything if others can't duplicate it. So we're actually thrilled that we have a lot of our students making more money than us with this, because it just goes to show the ease and repeatability of what you're about to see. But nonetheless, here are some of our own results that we've gotten that I hope I can transfer onto you today during this webinar, and to show you proof that the amount of money that people are making in these Audible income reports, that's the amount that goes straight into the bank account. So I can't show you anyone else's bank account, but I can show you my own to prove it. But before this, we were stuck in the system, as it's called. This is essentially what every person in America is expected to do. So we did the exact same thing. We went to college, paid a lot of money for it. Then after that, got a job, hated it, but I still did it for years just for a paycheck, albeit a small one. And then the system's plan for me was to continue working this soul-sucking job that I had until I was about 65, and then I could finally retire. And this system worked great for the last few hundreds of years until the birth of the internet. So now we have a message that we're extremely passionate about spreading to as many people as we can, and that is that there's a better way than what you've been told. Listen, just a few years back, we were smoking a lot of weed, going down an ugly route, and depressed because of it. But luckily, we woke up, got out of the matrix, and now we're able to live a life that we're actually really freaking proud of. So now with our Amazon income working on autopilot, we like to host these webinars like these and help others change their life with what you're about to see the same way it changed ours. And I can tell you that so far, we're certainly making a difference in a lot of people's lives. One message in particular that we received that I want to share with you is from Eric Foster. He says, "An open letter to Rasmus Christian. I wish I found you earlier, but so glad I found you now. Most gurus try to hide the ball until you pay, but not you guys. You shared it all so willingly. 2 short months later, I'm already earning over $4,000 a month in royalties. Honestly, I wouldn't have believed it was possible without your encouragement and insistence that it was possible. That made all the difference, believing it. And I owe that part all to you. I finally see a way to be free. Thank you, thank you, thank you." So in the end, we're just 2 twin brothers out here trying to impact people. And I'll tell you this, our message has never been as important as it is now because of course, COVID. Here's a frightening fact for you. 1 in every 2 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. And that's not even the frightening part about this. The frightening part is that this is from 2019, before the pandemic. Now they're saying those numbers are closer to 80%. On top of that, debt has never been as high as it is now. Whether it's credit card debt, student loan debt, auto debt, medical debt, they're all at all-time highs right now. And I know some people think like, oh no, my finances will get better with time. It's okay. Well, the facts would disagree with you, because 45% of people are retiring with not a dime to their name. And when asked why, the most common answer was because I don't make enough money. So because of COVID and all the uncertainty there is right now with jobs and in the economy and just everything, having additional income has never been as important as it is now. But the very sad and unfortunate truth is that broke and drowning in debt has become the new norm, which is crazy because the reality is right now in 2021, there is more opportunity for wealth, more money up for grabs than there ever has been in human history when you know how to get it. And it is my oath to you that today I'm going to show you how to get it in the easiest, most effective way possible that you can do in your spare time. So that's my promise to you, and all of it is possible thanks to Amazon. Now, as I've said, we don't use Amazon the same way everyone else likes to use Amazon. We use their new untapped platform. And what is this new Amazon platform that we're talking about? Well, it's Audible. And I'm sure you probably know what Audible is, but Audible is Amazon's newest platform for selling audiobooks, and they're pretty damn good at it. But what you're about to see is what I like to call the simplest Amazon income model you've never heard of. What we do is we list what we call done-for-you audiobooks on Audible that become virtual passive income machines for us in any niche. And I'm going to show you here shortly how shockingly easy it is to get these audiobooks made for you. But these are audiobooks that we certainly do not write ourselves. We do not narrate ourselves. We do not design the cover. We do next to nothing with these audiobooks. We just have them made for us from scratch, and then we get the full might of Amazon's marketing power to do the selling for us. So this is actually incredibly simple, unlike most other ways you'll find to make money online. And it actually works. And Charlotte here says, I guarantee audiobook publishing is the best, easiest, and actually passive income source that exists. Underneath this, Charlie, who got paid over $30,000 in 1 month, and a few other people who are making full-time income from Audible. So to show you how to get started with this, I'm going to hop into Amazon right here. And if you scroll down to the bottom of Amazon, you'll get into the footer. And then there's this button right here, ACX, Audiobook Publishing Made Easy. Now I'm going to be showing you how to use ACX. Now there's a reason why this works so well. There's 3 big factors that come together here. It's explosive growth combined with perfect timing, combined with Amazon's marketing firepower. And when you combine those 3 factors, you can get results like this from completely average everyday people. Now let's break down these 3 elements that make this the biggest, best opportunity that exists online right now. So first is the fact that audiobooks are big money and Amazon knows it. See, in 2019, US audiobook sales overtook ebook sales for the first time ever. That's never happened before, and it's simple. Audiobooks are replacing ebooks and regular reading. So there is a massive industry demand for audiobooks. Audiobooks did $3.3 billion in sales in 2020, but is going to be at least conservatively $15 billion. That's 5 times that by 2027. And the reason that this explosive growth is happening for audiobooks is because there's simply been a behavioral change towards audio consumption, and it's only just begun. This is not some fad or something that's going to change anytime soon. It's only going to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger. In fact, podcasts are also one of the fastest growing markets right now. And as Amazon themselves says, listening is the new reading, and that's a very powerful statement coming from the company that is the biggest online bookstore in the world. Even they're saying that listening is the new reading. And part of what makes Amazon the most successful company that has ever existed, Amazon is always on the forefront of market shifts. That's why they're so successful, because they hit the biggest trends early and they hit them hard. And they know the crazy amounts of money in audiobooks. And that's why Amazon is all in on Audible. They're putting all the resources into it. And I'm sure you've seen these influencers on YouTube and Instagram before saying, hey, go to audible.com/mypromolink and get your free audiobook today. That is Amazon doing what they can to push Audible to everyone in the world. And they're literally emailing their own customers, giving out millions of free audiobooks. So you've probably received an email like this yourself from Amazon. But here's the thing. When Amazon gives out your audiobook for free, you still get paid for it. If that isn't free money, I don't know what is. And in case you don't know this, books are in Amazon's blood. Amazon actually started as an online bookstore and it has since become the biggest bookstore in the world. And Audible is their next big thing. And taking the entire audiobook market, the exact same way they did with print books, the exact same way they did with ebooks, is only going to be so much easier this time around because do you know how audiobooks are consumed? Through only the most popular device on planet Earth, the phone. So what Amazon is doing with these influencers and all their hundreds of millions of dollars in marketing is they're aggressively doing everything they can to get every person with a smartphone to get an Audible account by downloading the Audible app. So right now, the buyer base is just flooding onto Audible. And when you combine that with the fact that there's practically no competition on the platform for sales, and there won't be for the next 5 years at least. Now, to give you some context, if you were to sell physical products on Amazon, you would be competing with about 300 million different products. If you were to sell books on Amazon, about 48 million, much better. But selling audiobooks on Audible, only 220,000 audiobooks, even for sale. That is a fraction of a percentage point, the amount of competition there is compared to selling physical products on Amazon. So when you combine the explosive growth of not only Amazon, but audiobooks as a whole, combine it with getting in now, and combine it with the fact that you're getting all of Amazon's might, resources, and money promoting and doing the selling for you, you get a massive opportunity to cash in on Amazon-powered income in an exploding market with practically no competition. What more could you ask for? Now, if Jeff Bezos himself, the owner of Amazon and the richest man on earth, is putting everything he has into audiobooks, don't you think you should too? And the results already speak for themselves, and this is just the beginning of it. This is Trevor, who says, I'm only 18 and still a college student, so if I can do it, you all can. And he got paid over $13,000 in 1 month as an 18-year-old in college. And he did this just by listing these done-for-you audiobooks on Audible. And like he says, if he can do it, you can as well. Now, I know when you see average people making unusual amounts of money in a short period of time, it's only natural to be skeptical. It's a completely valid feeling to have, especially because most gurus are selling some BS overnight riches garbage. But let me tell you this. This is Amazon. Amazon is as legit as it gets because scams don't exist with Amazon. And you'll have the opportunity to look through all of the results that we've helped people get with Audible with a fine-tooth comb. But this is simply a matter of being in the right place at the right time and having Amazon on your side. So just know that for those of you who are asking, does it work? Elijah says, yes, it works. And he got paid over $6,000 in 1 month from Audible as well. So again, listen, you promised that you would give me at least 2 hours of implementation in the next week. You didn't say in the next week, but I'm going to say in the next week. So now I need you to ask yourself, what would an additional $5,000 per month in passive income mean to you? And I know this might seem like a cheesy question to ask, but it's actually a really important question for you to really think about and answer, because I need leverage to help you get going on this. I need you to get excited about the possibilities. So what if audiobooks could let you enjoy true time and financial freedom? What if audiobooks could make you much more money than your job ever will? What if audiobooks could give you a self-operating side income of $5,000 a month conservatively? Now listen, when you're making that money, what are you going to do with it? Would you quit your job? This right here is a picture of the most recent job that I worked. Been a while ago now, about 5 years ago, 2016. Worked front desk at a physical therapy office. And I just remember waking up every day and absolutely dreading going to work. I did it all just for one reason, to collect a paycheck, a small paycheck. That was it. I mean, what kind of way is that to live life? To say that being able to unchain myself from the life of a 9-to-5 job is the best thing that ever happened to me would be a massive understatement. So what would you do with the money? Would you quit your job? Maybe retire early? Would you travel to the places you've always dreamed of? And this is a picture of Waikiki Beach in Hawaii, and this is actually right outside my doorstep. Now, audiobooks have been so life-changing for me that it's allowed me to fulfill my dream of actually living in Hawaii. So when you have the freedom and you're not tied down to anywhere, you can live wherever you want. So would you travel, or would you just want to give your family a better life? This right here is my twin brother Rasmus and his 4-month-old son, who was recently diagnosed with a life-threatening liver condition called biliary atresia. It's very rare. About 1 in 15,000 babies are born with it. You can see the scar on Finn's belly. He had a recent surgery called the Kasai procedure, which is what they do for babies who have biliary atresia. And we actually just learned this week that Rasmus is a match to be Finn's liver donor. Finn needs a liver transplant. So Rasmus is a match, which is great news. This is simply just what we're going through right now, and there's a lot at stake when it comes to finding your why you need to make this work and why you need to make money. Because there's a bunch of reasons why, but you need to find the reason for you. And that's why I'm asking these questions here. Because the sad truth is that most people can't quit their job. Most people can't travel to the places they dream of, and most people can't even just give their family the life that they wish they could. But here's the thing, here's the good news. The secret to getting the things in life that matter is not millions of dollars. It's more like $5,000 per month in passive income and all the free time and freedom you could ever want. Here is an email from Chase who says the level of transparency they offer and their realness is very difficult to find in the make money online niche. In fact, my biz that we helped him build has now generated over $10,000 per month going on 12 months straight. One other thing I forgot to mention is that I haven't touched my business. He says, literally not done a single thing for the past 6 months, and I've still been making over $10,000 a month. This is a truly life-changing business that anyone can do with little effort, and it will pay dividends for years and years to come. And the people you're seeing here are just regular people getting paid irregular amounts of money just because they copied what we showed them and what I'm about to show you right now. Because this is hands down the best way to get paid from the internet in 2021. And we get results like these for people like Gary by just following a very simple 4-step process called the audiobook income process. And I can't wait to show you this stuff, guys. But this is a process that was designed by us to produce high income results for busy, regular, everyday people. And the 4-step process goes choose, outsource, launch, and multiply. And this is a process that can be done by literally anyone with a laptop and internet connection. And I can't stress this enough. It does not matter if you've never made money online before. It does not matter if you don't have a lot of money. None of it matters. It can still work for you. And to really do my best to show you that this can be done by anyone, this is Liman right here from Bangladesh, one of the poorest countries in the world, where the average monthly income is less than $200 a month. And he made $50,000 in 6 months. So if Liman from Bangladesh can do it with no money at all, probably pretty unstable internet, not much to work with, then you most certainly can as well. And the process that Liman has used to make over $50,000 in his first 6 months begins with choosing a topic for your audiobook, aka what it's going to be about. And it doesn't matter if this is your first, second, third, fifth, 10th audiobook, it does not matter. The process remains the same. And this first step is important because we want to know in advance that our audiobook is going to make money. And you can do that if you just do some simple research to find an audiobook that has, you've probably heard this term before, but high demand and low competition. But hold up, here's the thing with the nature of Audible and how new this opportunity is right now. The entire Audible platform is practically low competition. So we don't even worry about competition because of how few audiobooks there are to compete with on Audible. Plus, the trick you're going to learn in step 3 will utterly destroy anyone who ever tries to compete with you. So the important question that we need to ask ourselves here is, what are people buying audiobooks about already? Because we want to make sure that we have a topic for an audiobook that we know will sell and will sell a lot without a shadow of a doubt. So the best topics are ones that are already selling a lot. Because when there's a lot of sales to go around, you can make a bunch of mistakes and still make a lot of money. But here's the philosophy that we like to follow, and you should as well. Don't reinvent the wheel, just improve it. Which simply means just make a better version of what's already working for others. And the way we do that is we see what audiobooks are already selling a lot by looking at what's known as the Audible bestsellers list. But this list tells you exactly in order the top selling audiobook on Audible to the lowest selling audiobook in order, one by one. And this Audible bestsellers list is neatly organized into 23 categories of audiobooks. However, some categories are much more profitable than others, which is why I strongly recommend you start in one of these categories right here. These are the only categories that matter, and they're the categories that I like to call the 10 high profit, easy to recreate categories. And each of these 10 categories have more subcategories which contain thousands of different profitable topics for audiobooks. But a quick pro tip for you when choosing the topic of your audiobooks is start by looking in the categories you're interested in, because it makes making money even more enjoyable than you even thought it was to begin with. So if you love basketball or hiking like myself, start by looking in the sports and outdoors category. But anyway, in each of these categories, Amazon gives you the best sellers rank for every audiobook. which means we can legally spy on the competition and reverse engineer our way to profit. So for example, let's take this audiobook right here about the keto diet for beginners. We can scroll down and we can find the exact bestsellers rank of this audiobook, which is 6,554 in all of Audible. And while that might not mean much to you right now, what you could do is you could take that audiobook bestsellers rank and plug it into an audiobook sales calculator. And then you could see exactly how many sales per month this audiobook gets with relatively high accuracy. And there are a few of these calculators. The one here on the left projects about 529 sales per month with that rank. The one on the right projects 648 sales per month. But let's be super conservative here and say that this audiobook makes about 450 to 500 sales per month. And if we just do some simple math by multiplying 450 sales by the estimated royalty earned based on the price of the audiobook, then we can see that this audiobook is making conservatively at least $3,500 per month. And we know this is the case because Amazon is giving us the data on how much this audiobook is selling. So if you were the owner of this audiobook right here, you would be making an extra side income of $3,500 per month. That's a lot of money. What does that cover for the average American? It covers a nice house, a nice car, all your living expenses. You could take your family out for dinner, plus you'll probably be left over with some savings. And I'm going to show you exactly how to find topics like this one, recreate it, and make money like that for yourself, because that's what the audiobook income process is all about. But how I found this topic right here to show you is I had a look at the 23 categories, but there's only 10 that really matter. The one that I went into was health and wellness, and then that opens up a list of subcategories. And then I clicked on fitness, diet, and nutrition, and it brought me up this bestsellers list right here. And that is how I found this audiobook. Now, these audiobooks here are ranked from the highest BSR to the lowest BSR. So every single audiobook here is making about 500 sales per month. This one, about 550 sales per month. This one here on the carnivore diet, also making over 500 a month. This one on the plant-based diet, over 500 sales a month. This one on law of attraction for weight loss, 500 sales per month. The paleo diets, apple cider vinegar cleanse, making about 450 sales per month. And this one right here, also ketogenic diet for beginners, making about 450 sales per month. Which brings me to the key to finding massively profitable audiobook topics is when you see 2 or more audiobooks about the same topic in one bestsellers list, that's when you know you found a passive income machine. In fact, I literally just showed you 6 or 7 topics for audiobooks right here that are money printing machines for someone else that me or you could easily recreate and also make a lot of money with. So all you need to do to find a profitable topic like this is explore some of the bestsellers lists on Amazon and just choose one out of literally thousands of topics that fit this criteria. And then you will know with full certainty that this audiobook will sell like crazy. In fact, what we've done is we've used our years of experience with audiobooks and assembled our top 150 proven audiobook, here we call it niches, that can make you $10,000 a month. Now, you can easily get access to this top 150 list, and I'll talk more about that later. But choosing easy to find topics that are already selling is exactly how Juan has gone on to sell over 20,000 audiobooks. And he says, when I started 2 years ago, I couldn't imagine seeing numbers like this in my own account. Now, wouldn't you agree that you could easily choose one of the thousands of highly profitable topics to make your first audiobook about? Especially if you had our list of the top 150 proven audiobook topics. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, right? Because that's all there is to step number 1 of the audiobook income process. So as you just saw, choosing the topic of your audiobook is incredibly straightforward. Now let's move on to step 2, which is outsource, followed by launch and multiply. Now, what is outsourcing? The definition is hiring another person or company to perform, be responsible for, and complete a certain task. In layman's terms, that means getting someone else to do the work for you. Now, let's be completely honest here. For transparency's sake, you can't build a successful business or income stream, something so incredibly life-changing, without hard work. But no one said you have to be the one doing the hard work. You can get someone else to do the hard work for you, and that's exactly how we've done it, which is where the most important element in the audiobook income process comes into play. So we use what we call low-cost expert outsourcing. This right here is everything. If there's any concept that you remember from this webinar, it's this right here: low-cost expert outsourcing, which is how you can get an expert at what they do to complete the job from start to finish for a low cost, or sometimes even free, yet super high quality. And the best thing you can do is simply stay out of it. Because when creating your audiobook, there are 3 ingredients that go into it that we'll be outsourcing. First is a manuscript. Now, you're not getting a book written, you're just getting a manuscript written. The difference is a manuscript doesn't need to be formatted, doesn't need to have pictures, it doesn't need to look pretty or anything like that. It's just written content. The next ingredient is a cover, and then finally, narration of that manuscript. So I'm going to show you right now how to get each one of these ingredients created by these low-cost expert outsourcers. Let's start with the manuscript. Now, the easiest place by far to get your manuscript written is with a ghostwriting company. But first, let me explain what a ghostwriter is. A ghostwriter is simply someone who writes content for you that you can put your name on, or any name on for that matter. We use pen names, which is fictitious names. And the ghostwriter does not need to be credited, nor do they actually own the content they've written. You own it. And a ghostwriting company is simply a company that can give you one of their professional expert ghostwriters. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is how common and normal ghostwriting is in the world of books and audiobooks. So just because someone's name is on the cover does not mean they are the person who actually put pen to paper. And you know what these audiobooks right here have in common by Michelle Obama, David Goggins, James Patterson, other than they've made egregious amounts of money from their audiobooks, is that these are all ghostwritten. Yes, even the world famous James Patterson himself uses ghostwriters for his books. In fact, a lot of what we do with our audiobooks is modeled around how James Patterson makes over $20 million a year from his audiobooks. But to work with these ghostwriters is not cheap. So these are what we call celebrity ghostwriters, who charge a lot more than the average ghostwriter, even though they're no better than any other ghostwriter. So it's not exactly a fair comparison, but most other ghostwriting companies start at around $20,000 to have a book written for you. But don't worry about that price, because that's not how we operate. That's not how we roll. We use a certain special kind of ghostwriting company that will write our manuscripts for us for pennies on the dollar. So I'm talking, you can get a whole perfect length manuscript written for just $500 to $600, depending on a few different factors. Now, if you think that is expensive, I would strongly consider you rethink that statement. Because if I told you you could turn a $500-600 investment into $5,000 in the next 6 months, you would find a way to get that money, and you would put as many $500 bills into this machine as you could, because that's the kind of opportunity we're dealing with here. Anyway, when we work with such low-cost, affordable ghostwriters, an important question you might be asking is, how's the quality of the writing? It's not always you get what you pay for, because quality is at the core of everything that we do. So you might be wondering, how is that possible? How can you get such high quality writers for such affordable prices? Here's the thing. Most of the writers of the ghostwriting companies that we work with are college students and up and coming writers. So these are generally younger people with a lot of drive and passion, but not much money, who are willing to give you their all and write the absolute best book for you for a very cheap price. Plus, when you place an order with a ghostwriting company, your order gets assigned to their absolute best and most knowledgeable writer that they have for your specific topic, based on their background, their experience, previous work, and things like that. So you're getting someone who is an actual expert on the topic. And on top of that, the manuscript that they're writing for you doesn't need formatting, it doesn't need any extensive editing, so it's much cheaper and it gets written in record time. So what others are paying $20,000 for and more, we pay about $500 for. And if $500 is too much to invest to make passive income that's going to exceed $5,000, 10 times what you're putting into it, if that's too much for you, then making money is not for you. It is not for you if you are not willing to put up just a tiny, tiny little bit of cash up front to make a lot more of it in the near future. However, I will say this. The opportunity can always fit the circumstance. So if you only have, let's say, $150 to put into audiobooks, but you know you really want to do this, we can find a way. We can have a shorter book written. We can find an even cheaper writer. I know many ways to do that to get much cheaper writing than this, but it's a bit of a ninja trick, so I don't want to talk about it today on your day one of learning audiobooks. But what I'm saying is, no matter the financial position you're in, this is still something you can do. And here we have Charlotte, who says, I haven't released any new audiobooks in the last 6 months, and I still consistently make $5,000 to $6,000 a month straight into my bank account. And my biggest lesson for you is stop sitting on your ass and go invest in some audiobooks and make money. Why would you even be scared to invest into a book when you are guaranteed it will bring you back much more than what you put into it? And one of the things I want to be the most clear on is that the audiobooks that we're creating are super high quality audiobooks, because the cost of the outsourcers that you're working with do not dictate the quality. I guarantee you that some of the writers that we work with are way better than a lot of the writers that others will pay $20,000 to work with. I guarantee it. But let me show you now exactly the how-to of how it's done. So this is the homepage of one of our go-to ghostwriting companies called The Urban Writers. And what you want to click on is the Get Started button here under nonfiction manuscripts, because all the manuscripts we're having written and audiobooks created are for nonfiction. But when you click the Get Started button there, you get taken to this page where you just need to fill out some very simple information on the manuscript you're about to get written, such as the word counts, the niche, the title, and we'll talk soon later about how to get your title and subtitle written, as well as the pen name that you want to use, which can really just be any name. It does not matter. It can be the name of your dog combined with the name of your grandma. It doesn't matter, but that's what you put there. And then you can provide an outline. And actually what we like to do is provide our manuscript writers with a brief outline made up of the table of contents of some of the other successful audiobooks that we're recreating here. So we're really just making our own unique version that is inspired. It's not copying or anything like that. It's just inspired by other audiobooks that are already selling really well and making a lot of money. But once you provided a brief outline, the next step is to just check the box and hit Add to Cart. And then you can relax and chill while an expert writes your manuscript for you. That's what's involved when it comes to getting your manuscript written. We're literally through the hardest part of the entire process. And then after you've relaxed and chilled for a bit, you will get an email that says your order is ready. And when you click the button in the email that says download order, then you now have full 100% ownership of your written manuscript. It is now yours. The ghostwriter is out of the picture. So once you receive this email, you are now 100% ready to go on the first ingredient of your audiobook. So guys, can you see how simple and possible for anyone this really is? That is the first ingredient in getting your audiobook created. Done. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Now let's move on to the second ingredient, which is getting your audiobook cover made. And this is a very important ingredient for your audiobook. Why do you think that is? Let me answer that question with a real life scenario here. Let's say you're a brand new puppy owner and you go into Audible looking for help about how to train your puppy. So you search puppy training in 7 easy steps, and these are the top 2 results on Audible. Let's call them audiobook A and B. If you are in that situation, which audiobook are you buying here? The only difference really is the cover. Which one are you buying? I think all of us would be buying audiobook B, simply because the cover is just nicer. And it's not even anything crazy. It's a very simple cover, but simple is oftentimes the most effective. So that's why getting a good cover is so important, which is great news because Audible is littered with horrible covers like this one right here. So your cover is the easiest way to steal sales from others and make easy money. Now, traditionally, a book cover can be surprisingly pricey, with an average price being around $685. However, again, that's not how we roll. I'm going to show you how we get covers that others would pay $500 to $1,000 for just $10, maybe $20. And we do it using a platform called Fiverr. And Fiverr is an outsourcing platform where you can get people to do random jobs for you. So this is their homepage right here. We just search audiobook cover design in their search bar, and you'll get these search results right here. And as you can see, there are over 2,600 people offering audiobook cover design, which is great. But the problem here is we don't know who's a good cover designer and who's a bad cover designer. And we need a damn good cover made. And the way we do that is we go to seller details right here, activate the drop-down menu, and then check top rated seller, and then click apply. And this is how we filter out people so that we strictly only work with bona fide experts. And as you can see, even here on Fiverr, there are people charging $300 and $800 for a cover. But there are also these low cost experts who are incredible at what they do and can make you a fantastic cover that will steal sales for only $10 to $20. Then all you do is you click on a profile of one of these cover designers. You can even have a look at their work so you can see what you're getting for only $10 here. So as you can see, you get a basic ebook cover for $10. Now an audiobook cover is the same as an ebook cover. The only difference is an audiobook cover is a square, while an ebook cover is a rectangle. So don't mind that, but you can place an order to get your cover made for only $10. But what we like to do is we like to upgrade to their premium package, where we will be guaranteed getting a premium cover for only $20. You even get unlimited revisions until you're happy, which means they will not stop working on your cover until it is perfect. But after you click continue here, you get taken to the simple order page where you just need to provide them with a little bit of information about the cover, such as your color preferences, if you have any, the dimensions of your audiobook, which will be 2400 by 2400. Remember that. That's the dimensions you need to tell them. Then you can also provide an image for your cover if you want to, but you don't have to. And then finally give them the title and the subtitle of your audiobook. And don't worry, in step number 3, I'm going to show you exactly how to come up with the perfect title and subtitle. But then you just click submit your order, and then you can relax and chill while an expert designs your best-selling audiobook cover for you. And then within just a few days, you will get an email from Fiverr where you can see your brand new audiobook cover, which is always one of the most exciting parts of the process. But it will be presented to you something like this. Now this right here is one of our audiobooks that we've published that we've gone on to make a ton of money with. And as you can see, it's a very simple cover, but it's clean and professional, and we got it made for just $20 on Fiverr. Now most people I know want to keep their winning audiobooks a secret, but we're not like that. We're very transparent about everything. So we don't mind at all sharing our audiobooks that have done really well for us. It's something we're very open about. Like here is another series of meditation audiobook covers we had made that have generated us thousands and thousands of dollars now, literally just by following the exact process I'm showing you right now. So as you can see, when it comes to your cover, cost does not equal quality. You don't have to pay $500 or $800 for a book cover. You can get incredible covers made for just $10 to $20. Now again, are you seeing how straightforward this is? And how literally anyone with just a laptop and internet connection can do this. We're already 2/3 of the way to creating our audiobook. And the last ingredient that we need to talk about now is, of course, narration. Now, do you remember this right here from the footer of Amazon's homepage where it says ACX Audiobook Publishing Made Easy? Well, when you click that button, you get taken to ACX's homepage, which looks like this. Now, ACX stands for Audiobook Creation Exchange. And ACX is the platform that we use and that Amazon gives you to list your audiobooks onto Audible. And Amazon wants you to create audiobooks and make money with audiobooks so badly that they literally give you a professional narrator on ACX. And all you need to do to access one of ACX's narrators is click this search bar right here, which activates the drop-down menu, then click Producers for Hire. Then you get taken to ACX's database of over 250,000 narrators to choose from. What we want to do is we want to narrow down our search using the filter option on the left-hand side right here. And the filters I like to use are gender, if it's male or female, language will be English, and then the most important filter to use is Audible approved only narrators. So now we've narrowed down our sample size. So all you would do is just grab a cup of coffee, take 10 to 15 minutes, and just listen to these Audible approved narrators by clicking the purple play button until you find a voice that you like. And then you would just click on their name where you'll get taken to their ACX profile. So this right here is Don Jacobson. He is an experienced jazz radio and live narrator. Imagine having a radio broadcaster narrate your audiobook. Imagine showing that off to your friends and family when they ask you, how is it you were able to quit your job again and do what you want? Then you just showed them your audiobook narrated by Don Jacobson, the radio broadcaster, and that's something you can be really proud of. But anyway, as we can see here, Don Jacobson is available for royalty share or $50 to $100 PFH. Now, what PFH stands for is per finished hour. So that is the rate that you'll pay them per finished hour of audiobook. Which brings me to my second pro tip of the day. The perfect length of your audiobook is what? What is the perfect length? So we've tried 20-hour long audiobooks. We've tried 20-minute long audiobooks, but the sweet spot is just past the 3-hour mark, which might seem a bit on the shorter side, but this is actually what sells best because this is what people want. Now, this tip here alone I just gave you will save you and make you thousands of dollars per month with your audiobooks. This would have taken you months to figure out. So if your audiobook's 3 hours long and you agree to, let's say, a per finished hour rate, you can easily get it down to $40, $30, even $20. But let's be conservative and say you agree on a $30 per finished hour rate. Then it is just a tiny investment of $90 to get what you've had created so far with your manuscript and your cover spoken into existence into a real audiobook. Which begs the question, why are narrators so cheap? It's not because they're bad or anything like that. They're actually the best of the best. But it's because of, it's simple, supply and demand. So there's a lot of narrators looking for work, about 250,000 of them, but not many audiobooks being produced at a time, only about 2,000. And because most narrators are just trying to build their portfolio, so they will narrate audiobooks for almost any price, which is great for audiobook publishers like you and me, because we can take advantage of the cheap prices. And that is how we're able to get low-cost expert narrators. So again, as you can see, the cost does not equal the quality. In the end, quality is what we're all about. We're creating awesome audiobooks that make us a lot of money. It's a win-win for us and our customers. Now, while paying your narrator on a per finished hour basis is extremely cheap, there is actually a free option, and it is known as a royalty share. With a royalty share, you can get your audiobook narrated for not a single dime invested. Free, literally free, 100% free. But there is a small catch. The agreement is between you and the narrator that you guys will do a 50-50 split on the royalties the audiobook earns. So because of that, these royalty share deals are the most sought after projects for narrators. Narrators will hunt day and night looking for royalty share deals. Why? Because narrators know the game. They know almost anything on Audible sells well, so they'll make a fortune by taking 50% of your audiobook royalties. So really what I'm saying here is please never, ever, ever do a royalty share because you will regret it. But anyway, once you have found the narrator that you want to work with, all you do is from their ACX profile, you just click send message. It opens up this. You'll just say, hey Don, I went through a few of your samples and they were great. I'd love for you to narrate my audiobook. Would you do it for a $30 per finished hour rate? And when they say yes, then you can relax and chill while an expert narrator speaks your audiobook into existence. And then after, I don't know, maybe a week, it could really be done in 1 or 2 days, the narration. When that is complete, you will receive this email from ACX that says your ACX audiobook is now available for sale. This is what it will look like on your computer. Because remember, this entire model is laptop driven. You can do everything here from a laptop that is connected to the internet. If you have that, you can do this. If you don't have a laptop yet, you can buy a laptop and you can now do this. So when you receive this email from ACX, that means your audiobook is now live on Audible. That's all it takes. Now the subject line of that email from ACX might as well say, your passive income machine has been activated. Now I know that's a bit cheesy to say, but that's literally what's happening here. When your audiobook is listed on Audible, you now have a passive income machine for you. Because the 3 ingredients that I just showed you how to get created by a low-cost expert is all that goes into getting your audiobook created. That's it. Do you see how real this is now? This is everything when it comes to getting your audiobook made. That's it. And this is how people like Gerald are getting paid over $31,000 in 1 month by Audible because he had his audiobook made by low-cost expert outsourcers, put these 3 ingredients together, and listed that audiobook on Audible. And that's how easy it is to make an audiobook, put it on Audible, and have it generate passive income for you every month. So, knowing what you know now, could you make your own audiobook in just a few hours and for a shockingly low investment with practically no risk and list it for sale on Audible in the next few weeks? Could you do that? because I'm 100% certain that you can. There's guys like Arnaud here who says after 3 months, I was making $5,000 a month in sales from my audiobooks. Then he reached $17,000 a month and has been doing on average $15,000 a month ever since, pretty consistently. So what I've showed you so far is I've showed you how to choose a topic for your audiobook, and I've showed you how to outsource it to other people to have it made. Now this right here is the make or break step, because this is where we separate ourselves from anyone else trying to make money with audiobooks. Step number 3, the launch. I almost want to turn my camera back on right now and look you in the eyes to make sure you're paying attention to what I'm saying, because step 3 is the most important step. So let me ask you a question. How does Amazon determine which audiobooks show up for every search done on Audible? So if I wake up one day and I decide I want to buy an audiobook about essential oils, so I'll go into the Audible app on my phone and search essential oils. How does Amazon determine who shows up in the search results as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on? And this is, of course, very important to know, because the closer you are to ranking number 1 on page 1, the closer you are to making a whole lot of money with audiobooks. Because to sell, all you have to do is show up in the Audible search results. How do we do that? It's all about keywords. Not just any keywords though, keywords in your title. I said we would come back to title. We're going to talk about it now, because keywords in your title is absolutely everything. The entire launch step is about this one thing, having keywords in your title. Now, just to make sure we're on the same page, what are keywords exactly? Keywords are the search phrases that people are putting into Audible. So if I search, let's say, meditation for stress into Audible, that is a keyword. And we want as many of these keywords in our title as possible. Because when we have keywords that people are searching into Audible in our title, that means we are going to show up for that keyword. However, if you don't have keywords in your title, you will not show up when someone searches that keyword in Audible. Let me give you an example so that we are crystal clear here and you know what I'm talking about, because this is so important. Let's say we go into Audible and we search the keyword keto diet. Look at the first 8 search results. They all have keto diet, keto diet, keto diet in their title. Now let's search something else that's extremely similar to keto diet, such as ketogenic diet. It's the exact same thing. It's just a different word for keto, ketogenic. Now look at the search results. Now these search results all contain ketogenic diet in the title. Because here's the thing, the Audible algorithm that decides these search results for different keywords, it's very cut and dry, and thus very easy to take advantage of, but in a completely ethical way. So here's what I'm saying, and is really, really important for you to understand. You only show up for keywords that are in your title or subtitle. So if you have a book on the keto diet, but you decide to leave out the word ketogenic somewhere in your title or subtitle, you are losing out on 50% of your sales right there. That's the difference between an audiobook that makes $500 a month and $1,000 a month, just from that small little tweak in the title. So what we want to have is long titles with a lot of keywords so that you could show up on page 1 for hundreds of different keywords that people are searching and be seen with ease. Because more keywords in your title means more exposure for your audiobook, which means more money in your pocket. So let's look here at what a pretty good title looks like. I wouldn't say this one is perfect, but we're 80% there. So this is the Keto Diet for Beginners audiobook from earlier that's making $3,500 a month. And the reason why it's making this much money is because they nailed the title. So while the title might not be the sexiest title in the world, but it is a title that will make you a lot of money, because this one has 37 unique keywords in it. And these 37 keywords are not only unique from one another, but they are very, very valuable for this audiobook. So this person did their research. But this begs the question, how do we know which keywords to put in our title? How do we know what people are searching? Do we just have to guess? No, we don't, because Amazon will literally tell us which keywords to include in our title to maximize visibility. Now, they won't literally tell us. They're not going to send you an email telling you what keywords to have, But if you know the tricks that we know, you can figure out what Amazon is trying to tell us. Here's what I mean. We look at Audible auto suggestions, and this is one of the biggest difference makers in audiobook publishing. So what Audible auto suggestions are when you start typing in a keyword into the Audible search, Audible will give you a bunch of auto suggestions, the same way Google or YouTube will give you auto suggestions. So the keywords that we want in our title are ones that we know people are searching. These auto suggestions right here is what people are searching. What you're looking at right here is one of the most important slides in this entire webinar, because this is how your audiobook is going to get seen on Audible. These are the keywords you need to have in your title if you want to make a lot of sales. So Audible will give you a maximum of 10 auto suggestions. However, we can fit more than these 10 keywords into our title. So what we do is we take it a step further and we do what we call the A to Z test, where you will search the topic of your book. Let's say it's keto diet, and then you'll do A. Then you'll get a list of auto suggestions. Then once you've written those down, you'll go to B, see what auto suggestions come up. And then after that, keto diet C, see what comes up, keto diet D, E, and so on. And now you have a master list of hundreds of keywords that you can put into your title. Now, of course, you can only make your title a certain length, but you want to max it out with these keywords right here. Now, when you do that, what does this mean? This means that you will be showing up everywhere when someone searches anything relevant to the topic of your audiobook in Audible. And as long as you have a good cover, you're selling a lot and making a lot of money, period. Because keywords in your title equal sales. It's really that simple. This is a simple business. There's not a lot to this. You just need to know these little tips and tricks to make a lot of money with audiobooks. So when you have these important keywords in your title, you can show up for a bunch of keywords like this. Imagine if your audiobook showed up as one of the top 10 search results for all of these keywords right here. And that's what happens when you just put keywords in your title. So when you come up with a good title like this, you can launch your audiobook and make sales instantly. Here's Rob, who says, first audiobook of my publishing career went on sale 2 days ago, already 12 units sold, and I haven't spent a dime on marketing. Never made any money online before, feels amazing. And just to recap, here's why this works. We know that people are searching these keywords every day because they're in the Audible auto suggestions. And we know we're gonna show up for these keywords when we put them in our title. So we know we're gonna make money. And the crazy thing is, even the savviest of audiobook publishers don't know this stuff. This is why it's so easy to come in with your brand new audiobook and make tons of sales instantly. And then all you need to do is get a few reviews on your audiobook to be everyone's top choice. And getting reviews on our audiobooks is one of our strengths. It's one of the things we're absolute best at. Here are 3 of our favorite review gathering strategies. They are Pubbie, AMZ Discover, and Facebook. The easiest one to use by far for a complete beginner is going to be a platform called Pubbie. And as they say on their homepage, get 5 to 10 reviews every week for your books. And the best part is you don't need a lot of reviews on your audiobooks. With selling physical products on Amazon, you might need hundreds of reviews on your products. But with audiobooks on Audible, you only need a few. In fact, here's Abhishek, who says, my audiobook sold without any reviews. Then he says, fast forward to now, my biggest month, I made $13,000 in profit from publishing, which is crazy for a 20-year-old guy living in India. So, guys and girls, please listen up, because here is the formula to success. I'm about to wrap up everything it takes to make a lot of money with audiobooks in one simple slide. So first is to choose a topic that people are proven to be buying. And we use the bestsellers list to do that, so it's easy. Then you just get your audiobook made with a nice cover, and we use our low-cost experts to do that, so it's super easy. Then get lots of important keywords in your title, and when we use auto suggestions, it's super easy. Then we just put a few reviews on our audiobook, and with Pubbie, that is super easy. So in the end, it is super easy to make a lot of passive income with audiobooks. And you barely have to think in the whole process. Just follow these simple steps. Now a question for you. Are you getting excited about this new opportunity? Are you? Well, we haven't even covered the best part yet. So far, we've covered the choose, outsource, and launch steps. Now we're going to get into step number 4, multiply. And this step right here is going to much better explain how all of these people are making such large amounts of money in such a short period of time. Because here's the thing. what you've seen is still only just scratching the surface, because Audible is not the only way we make money from our done-for-you audiobooks. There are many more ways we profit, because an audiobook is one of the greatest income-generating assets you can have because you can ethically repurpose it. This right here is what makes audiobook publishing the #1 foolproof way to make money online. Because what if I told you just 2 audiobooks could generate not 2 streams of income, but 18 substantial streams of passive income with barely any added effort or additional costs? So let's look at these 2 audiobooks right here. These aren't my audiobooks. I think they're one of our students. But the first thing we can do is we can take our 2 audiobooks, put them together, and create what we call a bundle or box set. And here's the best part about bundles. They are the highest earning kind of audiobook you can have, because people just buy them like crazy on Audible. People just feel like they're getting more value for their money, so oftentimes they will buy a bundle rather than what we call a single. So bundles are one of the greatest hacks that exist with audiobooks. So really, when you're having your audiobooks made, you get 3 audiobooks created for the price of 2. So if it costs you $500 each to create 2 long, beautiful, amazing audiobooks, it really only costs you about $330 per audiobook to create, because you get a 3rd one made for free. So now that we have our 3 audiobooks, what we can do is we can take the manuscript from the audiobook and we can create an ebook and print book version of our audiobook. You have to do absolutely nothing to it other than a tiny bit of formatting to the manuscript just so that it's nice to read. So what you've done is you've turned 2 audiobooks into 9 books and audiobooks because of ethical repurposing that you can now sell. And now with these new books and bundles you've created, I'm going to show you 5 ways to multiply your income. Now, you don't have to do all of these, but I recommend you do, because it's basically just free money, because it costs nothing and takes basically no time to do. Now, this first one is one that you definitely have to do, and I'm starting with this one because this is actually a huge focus for us with all of our audiobooks, and it should be for you too, and that's listing your ebooks and print books on Amazon. This is one of the most important things you could do to make more money. This alone has made me over $10,000 in a month on top of our audiobook income. And the perfect example here is Dane. And the cool thing about Dane is that he's making close to $20,000 a month, but $9,000 of it is coming from Audible, and the other $9,000 a month is coming from stripping his manuscript from his audiobook and listing it on Amazon as an ebook and a print book. And then there's also Kyle, who here did over $29,000 in 1 month, and that's not from his audiobooks. That's from his ebooks and print books on Amazon. And then here we have Charlie, who broke over $1,000 in royalties in 1 day. And he writes, as I've said, audiobooks are just one part of this business. So when you repurpose your audiobook, this is serious added income we're talking about. Now, while Amazon and Audible control the massive majority of the book and audiobook space, they don't control 100% of it. So there's actually 40% of the market that is made up of many other smaller online book selling platforms, all of which you can easily list your books and audiobooks to for no cost. So there's no reason we can't make money from these platforms as well. So the second way we like to multiply our income with our audiobooks is to list them on Authors Republic. Now, this is a new platform that we only recently discovered not that long ago, so our students are just starting it out now, but it's giving us pretty good results so far. From 13 audiobooks, it's made us an extra $12,000 so far, so about an extra $1,000 made per audiobook, which more than pays for what it costs us to even have our audiobooks made. Which is why the cost of having your audiobooks made should never, ever cross your mind as a reason to not add audiobook income to your life, because it pays for itself in no time. So Authors Republic is not going to get you rich, but this is no added effort, no added time, and 100% passive. We don't even log into our Authors Republic account anymore. I just logged into it to take this screenshot for you and found that we'd made an extra $12,000 from it. So I'm certainly not complaining. But the third way we can multiply our income is to list our ebooks on Draft to Digital. Draft to Digital is what we call an aggregate platform, which means we can list our ebooks on Draft to Digital, and they will further list it on a bunch of other online bookstores around the internet for you. And these are big online bookstores like Apple Books, Barnes & Noble, and so on. But Draft Digital has made me an extra $15,000 in passive income, which obviously isn't as much as Audible has made us, but I certainly, again, can't complain because I did literally nothing more than just list it on Draft Digital, which takes maybe a few minutes. Now, I know I'm going through these ways to multiply your income quickly, so I advise that you write this stuff down. But way number 4 is to list your audiobooks on Publish Drive. Now, Publish Drive is an interesting one because one of our students, his name is Rick, he followed our advice, good on him, and had an audiobook made on a topic he's super passionate about, and that's filmmaking. And then he just stripped the manuscript and turned it into an ebook and put it on Publish Drive. And in one of his first months, that book made him over $6,000 in royalties in just 1 month. And again, that's take-home pay for Rick. And honestly, this is one of my absolute favorite parts about audiobook publishing because it works in practically every single niche known to man. Because when you can profit off of your passion, everything becomes that much more fun. And at that point, you're making a lot of money doing something you love. What more could you ask for? But anyway, as you can see, these are substantial streams of income we're adding on top of our Audible income for no extra cost and barely any added effort at all. Now, the 5th and final platform and way you can multiply your income that I'm going to talk about today is listing your print books on Ingram Spark. Now, this is really becoming one of my favorites because Ingram Spark is exploding and doing extremely well for all of us. We have some students making full-time income on Ingram Spark alone. But to give you an idea of what happens when you list your print book on Ingram Spark, here Trevor says, Ingram Spark is insane. Every book I've uploaded paid for itself in the first 2 months without me doing anything. And then there's Abhishek who says, definitely publish on Ingram Spark because an extra $1,000 a month is not bad for doing nothing. How would you like to make an extra $1,000 a month for doing absolutely nothing? Because that's what this is. Everything I'm showing you here in step number 4 is 100% passive. It can't be more passive than this. We do nothing and make an extra $12,000 here, $15,000 there, extra $1,000 a month there. So to go full circle here, this is how 2 audiobooks become 18 streams of income for you. And these are all legitimate, substantial, passive income streams. So when you do this, it's literally just more money in your pocket. So please do this because this is something anyone can do in their spare time and create additional, truly life-changing side income. And there's really no limit to how far you can take this. It's just rinse and repeat. Like look at Pierluigi here who says, just made the count from the last 3 months. I've made $129,000. Then he says it's $120,000 in pure profit, almost passive. So because there's just so many ways to make money with audiobooks, it's really difficult to not make money. This is what makes audiobooks as close to guaranteed income as it gets. And Sid here says, this business model is honestly ridiculous. 1 year in and I just made more in 1 day than I used to when I worked as a barista working 40 hours a week. Only analogy I can think of is you found the winning lottery numbers and all you have to do is go and put them in. And Sid has made over $40,000 in 1 month from his books and audiobooks. So to start making some real income in your life, all you really need to do is say yes to making audiobook income. Because you can make money in the short term, like Ricardo and Kim have done here. You can make money in the long term, like Juan here, who's making over $2,000 a month from books that he published back in 2015. And you can see the topics of his books right there. One is chess and the other is crochet, which is like knitting. So you can really make money in any niche. And you can make money on autopilot like Alessandro, like myself, like everyone here does. And your passive income continues coming in this month, next month, the month after, next year, the year after, next 10 years, 10 years after that, to the point where you're an old man like this guy with a nice big gray beard. But all joking aside, you don't even need a lot of audiobooks like Henny right here, who got paid over $15,000 in 1 month by Audible and says he has just 5 singles and 2 bundles. So clearly, you don't need a lot of audiobooks to make enough money to quit your job forever. You just need a few. So let me ask you a question. Wouldn't you agree that audiobooks are the best and easiest way to make serious passive income online, all with Amazon's help? And isn't it time that you cash in on audiobooks to create real, sustainable, and life-changing amounts of income with Amazon? Because while the world is going through downright scary economic times, and most Americans are desperately struggling to pay the bills and stay afloat, Amazon, the most trusted online shopping platform in the world, just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And with the explosion of audiobooks, how much money Amazon is pumping into Audible, and how completely untapped Audible is, you have the perfect conditions to get in now and start making life-changing amounts of passive income quickly. Because today, with the audiobook income process, I've given you the blueprint to profit predictably. I've shown you how to choose topics for audiobooks that you know without a shadow of a doubt will make you money. And even if you make mistakes along the way, that's okay, because we all make mistakes. But with audiobooks, you can still make money being a regular, normal, everyday person who makes mistakes. And I've shown you how to get high quality audiobooks made for insanely low rates using low cost expert outsourcing. And this means creating your own audiobooks in very little time and then listing them on Audible and letting Audible do the selling for you. So I've shown you how to maximize your exposure and guarantee your audiobooks get seen on Audible so that you can make instant sales, like Rob here, who'd never made any money online before and after 2 days has sold over 12 units of his audiobooks. And I've shown you how to multiply your income streams with ethical repurposing. And best of all, you've still only seen a small percentage of the people we've helped achieve amazing success with audiobooks, such as Angel, Taha, Kim, Maddie, Nick, Michael, Nishant, Jay, AJ, Helen, Alex, another Alex, Romney, Daniel, Diwan, Pam, Rob, Emmanuel, Matthias, Solomon, Damien, Jen, Sean, Destiny, Robert, Marco, and Derek. So the biggest takeaway that I need you to have from this webinar is that you can do this too, because you're just as capable as everyone else. Yes, most of the people you've seen on this webinar today have worked with us, but make no mistake about it. You can do this too, even using just what you've learned today. I have absolute confidence that you could take everything we've covered here today, go out and create audiobooks and get results that you couldn't even imagine were possible before this webinar. 100%. But understand that you would be going at it alone with no direction, support, or anyone to turn to for help. Because the real challenge here is no matter how good my training is, I can't create lasting change in your life in just 1 hour. I've done what I could to do that, but it's just not possible. It's not enough time to spend together. But what if there was another option? An option that allowed us to go at this together? What if we were able to play an active role in your results and make your success with audiobooks our primary goal? What if you had direct contact with the dozens of successful audiobook publishers you've seen today, and we rounded up all of the resources they've ever used and just gave them to you? If I had such an option for you, would you love to hear more about it and what it could do for you? Is that something you'd be interested in learning more about? Awesome. That's why I'm so happy to introduce to you the brand new Audiobook Income Academy 2.0 coaching program, your shortcut to $5,000 a month in passive income with audiobooks. But more specifically, Audiobook Income Academy 2.0, or AIA for short, is an unlimited access coaching program that holds your hand as we take you from absolute beginner to profiting at least $5,000 a month in passive income for years and years with your own audiobooks as quickly as humanly possible. So when you're an AIA member, we want to make sure that you get one of these 10K awards, and we will not stop working with you until you're making at least $10,000 a month from your audiobooks. Now, these guys right here, they didn't know they could make $10,000 in a month. And that's why they joined AIA. So they could work with us and we could show them how. And here's what's really important to understand. AIA is much, much more than an online course. AIA is a coaching program. So you'll get an amazing video course. But when it comes to getting real results for real people, sending login details to a course just isn't enough. You need one-on-one support. You need personalized coaching and mentorship. And you might need some accountability as well. You also need people who are there for you around the clock, ready to help. And that's why we created the AIA coaching program. Because an online course is only a small fraction of what you're getting when you join AIA. You're getting a team that works relentlessly for you to make sure you make a lot of money with us. More money than you ever thought was possible. This right here is the team you have backing you. So clearly, as you can see, this is a serious operation that we run. And that's how we're able to get industry-leading results for our students. Because we don't mess around. Now, because we put so much time and energy into every student, and we actually work with you one-on-one on such a close, intimate level to make sure you get results, We can't take on everyone, so there are only a limited number of spots in the new AIA 2.0 coaching program. So I need to be really clear on that. As much as I would love to take on everyone, it's just not humanly possible because we only have as much time in a day as everyone else has. But when you do decide to join, here's what you get. First is the brand new AIA 2.0 video course, which is broken into 7 easy to follow modules that take you step by literal step from absolute beginner to selling hundreds and thousands of audiobooks on autopilot. The course turns theory into audiobook income in the shortest time possible, so you can finally have the most valuable financial asset known to man, an automated passive income machine. So you'll be following in our footsteps as we share with you every move to make so that you know the life of freedom you want to create with audiobooks can soon become a reality. And all of it laid out in a step-by-step, here's exactly what to do next to make money process. Like Henny here, who made over $11,000 in a month from Audible. How'd he do it? He says, I didn't do anything special. I just followed your course step by step. So Henny made this post in our private Facebook group, and then 6 months later, he posted again to provide a follow-up for everyone else and his journey. And he says, I haven't published a book in the last 6 months, and I still made $15,000 this month on my audiobooks. So the course is set up so you can make money at your own pace. This is not a race. Everything is to be done on your schedule. So you get lifetime access. It works on both desktop and mobile. You can access it 24/7 at any time. And when you join today, you'll also be getting all future updates for free. So on top of the AIA course, you also get live group coaching calls for 2 hours every single Monday, where you can talk directly to us and one of our other AIA coaches, Alex Kerr, in real time and ask us any question you have, and we're there to answer it for you. That right there, in the picture in the top left, that's Rasmus with his newborn baby, Finn, when he was like a week old right there. He looks like a little gremlin. But if you can't make the live call, no problem. You also get the recordings of all past and future coaching calls. So you can submit a question for us beforehand, and you can watch us answer your question in detail in the recording later. So the weekly group coaching calls are great. You can't live without them. But what really creates results is individualized one-on-one mentorship and coaching. So you also get 4 one-on-one coaching calls to practically force your first audiobook out and get it selling on Audible. So here's how the coaching calls work. In the first coaching call, we're going to choose a topic together. In coaching call number 2, we're going to outsource your audiobook together. In coaching call number 3, we're going to launch it together. And in number 4, we're going to strategize the plan to multiply your income together. As you can see, we try to do as much as possible as we can together with you. We don't just send you login details to a course like most others do. We want to do as much of the work as we can for you. And that's why these one-on-one coaching calls are so incredibly important. And we don't just hop on these calls and talk about anything. We've purposely structured them to get you life-changing results with your very first audiobook. And we have our assistant coach. His name is Alex Kerr. He helps us do the one-on-one calls. And if you ask any AIA members what they think of Alex, you would think they're talking about Superman. So we're incredibly lucky to have him as one of the head coaches in AIA along with us. But I want to quickly show you how to book a call inside of the AIA members area. There will be a link to book a call, and you'll get taken to a scheduler like this, where you just click on the date and the time that works best for you. So everything really is done at your own pace and on your own schedule. But along with the one-on-one coaching calls, you also get access to the private AIA Facebook group, where you can ask any question at any time and get a response within 60 minutes from us or one of the many other successful audiobook publishers in AIA. And it really is the heart and soul of what AIA is all about. And I couldn't be more serious when I say that. People share new success stories in the Facebook group every month. And everything you've seen here today is simply a screenshot that I've taken from the AIA Facebook group. Now, on top of the AIA Facebook group, you're also going to get our 21 Done For You templates, where we've done as much of the hard work as we can for you so that you can get the best cover, the best title, the best narrations, the best reviews, and most importantly, the most sales as soon as possible. And we created these templates for you to remove all of the friction we possibly could so that you can focus on making money. So as you can see clearly, AIA is not your typical course. AIA is our life's work. We put blood, sweat, tears, and many thousands of hours into creating AIA, and we will use many thousands more to helping you achieve your goals. Now also, AIA 1.0 was great, but with AIA 2.0, you get a new and improved video course, you get group coaching calls every week, you get one-on-one coaching, you get more coaches, you get 24/7 support, you get done-for-you templates, and you'll be getting this AIA 10K award when you achieve your first $10,000 month. So with everything you'll be getting today, the course, the group coaching, the one-on-one coaching, the private Facebook group, the templates, all of it comes together for a total value of over $17,000. And what we're offering here today is something others charge over $5,000 for. And you honestly get a lot less than you get with AIA. Because with AIA, you get everything you need and for a fraction of the price. And because of how valuable what we know is, and how no one else knows this stuff, and the track record that we have, we could easily charge $10,000 for AIA. But we don't charge $10,000, and we don't do any of the ridiculous fake discounts, fake pricing. So I'm not going to go through the whole fake price spiel that others will take you through. We'll say, oh, it normally costs $10,000, but today we're going to take $7,000 off and only charge you this amount. No, I don't believe in that. So you can get started today for just $797 and 2 more installments of the same amount. Or you can take care of everything at once for just $1997. However, you will be getting a real webinar-only discount of $500. Why do we do this? Because we want to give a strong incentive to the people who know they want to work with us. We're more than happy to give this to people who know audiobooks is for them. So you can get started and join AIA today for 3 installments of $797, or with the $500 discount, 1 easy installment of just $1497. Now listen, I get it. This is not an insignificant investment by any means. You might have some nerves as you reach into your wallet, grab your credit card, and insert the card details into the order form I'm about to give you so you can get started making serious money with audiobooks. This is the most important decision you'll have to make when it comes to achieving financial success in your life. This is tough. This is not lost on me. I completely understand. You might even have to move some things around to come up with this. But there is another really fast and easy option that many people are opting for, and it's PayPal credit. With PayPal credit, you can join today and take care of the investment 6 months from now. So actually, you can join today and let your audiobooks pay for it 6 months from now. And I'll show you later exactly how to do that, but you can apply for PayPal credit and invest nothing today, not a single penny, and still get started with AIA 2.0 today, and still get the webinar only discount of $1497. And then you can just take care of that 6 months from now at no extra cost. Now, when you check out with PayPal credit, make sure to read all the details and the terms of everything. But what you can do is you can split up the $1497 investment over 6 months and do something like this. Just 6 tiny installments of $249 over 6 months. But if you talk to a lot of the AIA members, most of them would agree that joining AIA was the best money they've ever spent. Ricky says, by far the best money I ever spent. Christina says, this really is the best course out of all my courses I have ever taken. Simon also says, hands down, the best course I've ever bought. So if you're someone who's bought a lot of courses before and not seen the success that you were hoping for, you're like most of the people who join AIA and end up making money with audiobooks. Here we have Sean, who says, I failed to make money online for 4 years before I found publishing. This business has allowed me to quit my job, travel more, get a super expensive surgery, and get into real estate investing. It really changed my life and many others in the course. So just because you've tried something else and it didn't work for you, that doesn't mean you've tried this. Audiobooks is different. And if you know what's best for you, you need to go to publishinglife.com/AIA right now and enroll before the end of this webinar, because you can get in right now for as low as just $797 today. But I would highly recommend that you go for the one-time single installment of just $1497, because you save yourself a lot of money doing so. $894 to be exact. But you can actually get in today for $0 with PayPal credit. And what makes AIA different is the fact that we're a coaching program as well and not just a course. This actually makes all the difference when it comes to getting results. So to jump in now, just go to publishinglife.com/AIA, or you can click the button somewhere on your screen, and you can also sign up in just 3 easy steps. So there will be an enroll now button somewhere on the page that will take you to a page where you'll need to choose your plan, where you can take care of everything today in one installment, or you can do it over 3 months, or you can do it with PayPal credit, of course. And after you've chosen your plan, you'll just enter your card or PayPal details, and then I can say congratulations to you on being the newest member of AIA 2.0. And like I've said, we love to reward action takers because we fill up very quickly, but more so because action taking is one of the most important characteristics that you need to become successful. So for hopping in right now and taking quick action, you won't just be getting the $500 webinar only discount. You'll be getting a lot more as well. So when you're one of the first 30 people to hop in during this webinar, you will also be getting 8 amazing bonuses that I'm about to cover here in a second. You'll also be getting our $5,000 profit guarantee. You'll also be getting some cool free AIA merchandise, and make sure to stick around to the end where I will be hosting a Q&A session where I'll simply be answering all of the most frequently asked questions that have been coming in the chat section during this webinar. So again, I need to be super clear on the fact, because we're not just an online course where we send you login details, we're an actual coaching program that is very demanding of our time. We cannot take on everyone who's with us in this webinar right now. But on top of that, we have these 30 fast action spots that are available. And I will say last time I hosted a webinar like this, these 30 spots filled up it was about 12 minutes. So I'm going to cover everything, but there's no guarantee that even when I'm done covering it, that there's still going to be these fast action spots available. So I just wanted to be clear on that. But let's now jump into the 8 amazing bonuses you'll be getting when you sign up at publishinglife.com/AIA right now. So the first one is our Guaranteed Profits Workshop. And it's called the Guaranteed Profits Workshop for a reason. Because with this bonus, you will make a profit very quickly, guaranteed, or all of your money back, and you get to keep your spot in AIA. So I know that might sound crazy, but there are no strings attached, no conditions, no anything. If you go through and follow the Guaranteed Profits Workshop along with me, and you don't make a profit in a very short period of time, you get every penny of your investment into AIA back, and you get to keep your spot. So it's really as simple as follow along, and you will make money. And if you're someone who wants to come in and try and game the system, by all means try, but we have not had a single person yet who was able to come in, go through the Guaranteed Profits Workshop, and not make a profit from it. So that really says a lot, and that's why I can confidently guarantee it in every way, shape, and form. Now, the reason we created this bonus is because you need quick wins, quick cash to be all in on something like this. Listen, you can see all the testimonials, all the results, all the everything all day long, but you won't be 100% committed until you've seen the results for yourself. And that's why we created this. So you can come in, make some quick cash, and then you can be like, oh, okay, this works. This really works. Let me go all in and commit myself to this. So just imagine your new side income can be up and running in the next 48 hours. That can be a reality. You can have more income streams in your life just 2 days from now. And if not, well, you just got yourself a free lifetime membership to AIA. And again, there's no strings attached with this, okay? So that's bonus number 1. So in addition to getting the most streamlined approach to making money as fast as humanly possible, you will also be getting bonus number 2, our top 150 proven audiobook niches. And the reason we created this for you is because choosing a good niche or topic for your audiobook is just too important for me to allow you to do it yourself. Because as you know, when you have a proven topic, there is no guessing. You know you will make money. So if you've been worried about choosing the right topic, don't be. Because we've done it for you. Arguably the hardest part of the process, we have done it for you. This list right here is for you to copy and steal. Don't worry about, oh, you shouldn't copy others. No, I created it for that reason. So this list alone really has done about 25% of the work for you. Okay, so when you go to publishinglife.com/AIA and sign up right now, you will be getting the Guaranteed Profits Workshop as well as our top 150 audiobook niches for a bonus value of $3,994. Now, let me ask you a question. How easy would this be if you had the best cover designers, the best writers, the best narrators at your fingertips? Pretty damn easy, right? Especially when you have the list of the best audiobook topics to choose from. Well, bonus number 3 that you'll be getting is VIP access to our team of low-cost experts. That means unlimited access to our best writers, our best narrators, and our best cover designers that we've used on a near daily basis to build our own audiobook income to where it is now. This is something that took us years to find, and today you'll be getting it instantly so that you can slash the time you use on your audiobooks and never worry about finding someone amazing to make your audiobooks for you, because we'll be giving you the people who have made ours. And the reason we created this bonus for you is very simple. It's so that you can get results faster. Like Ricardo here, who made this post in the AIA Facebook group, and he's freaking out because his first income from Audible was for $3,726. And he says, from only 3 books on ACX. So if you were like Ricardo, who joined AIA, and then his first income from ACX was this amount, that pays for his initial one-time investment into AIA more than double. So it's really obvious to see that your investment into AIA pays for itself in very little time. So if this is something that you really want for yourself, you need to go to publishinglife.com/AIA or click the button somewhere on your screen right now, because when you sign up right now, you'll also be getting the Guaranteed Profits Workshop where you will make a profit or all your money back. Bonus number 2, the top 150 audiobook niches, as well as VIP access to our expert team. So these are the first 3 bonuses you'll be getting when you decide to hop in, but we still got 5 more to go. Let's move on to bonus number 4, which is a $500 cash bonus. What this means is that the first $500 towards your first audiobook is on us. So listen, we just don't talk about being in your corner. We're so invested in your success that we're investing our own money in it. So this means that your first audiobook is practically free because we will be paying for it. Now you might be wondering, why do we do this? It's actually a lot simpler than you think. It's because when you're successful, AIA is successful. Because to be able to sell out AIA to max capacity like we've always done, our students need to continue seeing massive success. And the way our students become successful and make money is very simple. It's just get your audiobooks on Audible. And if that means that we have to pay for your first audiobook to get it live on Audible, we are more than happy to do that. So view it kind of as like a performance incentive. So when you know that you'll be getting $500 of your investment into AIA back into your own pocket, the price of enrollment effectively really only becomes $997 once you've redeemed your $500 bonus. So knowing that you'll be getting $500 of your dollars back to you, does that change things for you? If you're sitting here right now looking at the screen, you know you really want to sign up today, but the only thing you're worried about is that small little one-time investment to join. If that's the one thing you're worried about, this really should change things for you. Okay, so when you go to publishinglife.com/AIA or click the enroll now button somewhere on your screen, the bonuses that you'll be getting on top of everything else is the Guaranteed Profits Workshop, our top 150 audiobook niches, VIP access to our expert team, as well as $500 towards your first audiobook, so it'll practically be free for you. But we're still only 50% of the way through the bonuses because bonus number 5 is our 10K case study vault. So what we did is we talked to 17 AIA members who are each making at least $10,000 a month from their books and audiobooks. We dug deep into their stories and the secrets behind their explosive results, and documented what we found in this case study vault. And these student case studies are actually some of the most popular content inside of AIA because you get to hear other perspectives, other ideas, and learn directly, not just from us, but also some of the other most successful AIA students, because there are truly so many ways to make $10,000 a month and beyond with audiobooks. And the 10K case study vault is proof of that. So there's people like Dane, who's doing over $15,000 a month from just low content audiobooks. Gerald doing over $30,000 a month from just Spanish audiobooks. So the fact that the Spanish market alone is able to do that for Gerald, it really shows the amount of money there is in audiobooks right now, and it's only growing literally every single day. But then there's Abhishek, who likes to focus on super low competition niches, and he talks all about that. And then there's Juan Partida, who has not just made over $10,000 in a month, he's done it with just one book. So I highly advise that when you hop in and get into the members area, you take the time to go through the case study vault sooner rather than later. And the only way to get access to it is by going to publishinglife.com/AIA and hopping in right now, where you'll also be getting the Guaranteed Profits Workshop, our top 150 audiobook niches, VIP access to our expert team, and $500 towards your first audiobook for a bonus value of over $9,000, okay? So let's jump into bonus number 6, which is my personal favorite, and it is our low content Kickstarter, where you'll be learning inside out how to create low content audiobooks that generate insane ROI that you can launch in just a matter of days. Now, these low content audiobooks are very fast, very easy, and completely free to make, which I know is important for a lot of people because you might not have the funds to invest, and that's okay. That doesn't mean this isn't for you. We got you covered. So how this strategy works, it's a little bit different from what I've showed you on this webinar, but how it works is you create what we call a low content template that can be repurposed into a series of 5 to 10 audiobooks in a matter of days. And what I mean by low content audiobooks, I have 2 examples here on the right hand side. These are not 3-hour long audiobooks. They're shorter, generally under an hour, and ones that you can quickly and easily create yourself and list on Audible. So I've made a lot of money listing audiobooks on Audible that teach people how to learn Spanish words. And I don't even speak Spanish. I just went online and found the translations and had someone narrate that list of 1,000 Spanish words. Another example here is just a book of knock-knock jokes. This is something that you can easily create yourself, and a series of these can literally generate full-time passive income for you. So this is why I tell everyone in AIA that you have to have low content audiobooks as a part of your portfolio. They're just too easy to make and too profitable to ignore, and they're free to make. But really, the craziest part about these low content audiobooks is that this is how I discovered the audiobook income system that we now know. They're just ones I quickly created myself, plopped up on Audible, and just altered the path of my life, basically. And this is why I firmly believe that what you'll make from the low content Kickstarter alone can and should easily pay for your investment into AIA. The perfect example here is Dane, whose entire model is just doing the low content audiobook approach. Okay, so all I'm saying is don't overlook the low content Kickstarter, okay? But on top of the low content Kickstarter, when you join right now at publishinglife.com/AIA, you'll also be getting all the previously mentioned bonuses, the Guaranteed Profits Workshop, the top 150 audiobook niches, VIP access to our expert team, $500 in cash back in your pocket, the 10K case study vault, all of this coming together for a bonus value of over $13,000. But we still have 2 more bonuses, so let's jump into bonus number 7, which is our social media accelerator course. Now, what I want to say is that you shouldn't use social media to sell your audiobooks because that's what Audible is for. But if you've ever wanted to grow your social media, this is a huge added bonus for you. And what we teach in the social media accelerator course is what we call push button social media growth, where there's no luck involved. You can see by the graph down there that when we implemented the strategies that you're going to learn in here, our subscribers on YouTube just literally shot through the roof. So these are literally strategies that you can turn on and off like a water faucet. And as much as I'm a person who says like having a lot of money is way better than having a lot of social media followers, growing our own social media accounts was actually very life-changing for us. Because when we started having a following, it was like people started listening to us. It was like our opinions finally mattered for once in our life. Truthfully, it gave us a ton of confidence in our lives, which you could actually argue is more important than having money. When you're confident and happy and you love what you're doing, it's worth a lot. But anyway, when you go to publishinglife.com/AIA and hop in right now, you'll be getting our social media accelerator course tossed in for free, as well as all of the other bonuses, the low content Kickstarter, the 10K case study vault, $500 in cash, VIP access to our low cost experts, our top 150 audiobook topics for you to copy and steal, and then of course the Guaranteed Profits Workshop, where if you don't make a profit guaranteed, you get every penny of your investment back and you get to keep your spot in AIA. Okay, so you get all these bonuses right here, as well as bonus number 8, an extra AIA membership. So this means free access for anyone that you want to do this with. Now, as much as we'd love to help your friends, your family, your dog, everyone you know as well, this is actually for your benefit, not for your friends and family. I mean, for them as well. But the reason is because we've noticed that students who do AIA with a partner get even better results than when you go at it alone. And it's pretty obvious when you do it with someone else. You're going to have a lot more fun. You're going to have accountability. You're going to do it together. You can do everything twice as fast. So just imagine for a second, is there someone, anyone in your life that you'd like to embark on this journey with? You know, friend, husband or wife, sibling, twin like myself, your parents, a business partner, anyone. Is there? If there's anyone you want to do this with, you can, because you and them get an extra AIA membership for free. So really, when you take advantage of this bonus, and let's say you split the payment with someone. I know some people are like, oh no, that's not cool. Everyone has to buy their own individual accounts. That's not a problem with us, okay? As long as the one-time enrollment fee is covered, we're all good. It doesn't matter if you split it with anyone. But we're actually giving you the opportunity to do that for yourself and with someone. So the price effectively is cut in half. And I'm not even playing around with these numbers in some weird way. This is just literally how much you'll be investing when you apply the bonuses that you're getting. Oh, and the $500 cash bonus. It would bring your share down to just $249. I want to make this decision to join AIA and sign up right now on this webinar, the biggest no-brainer for you in the world. So when you just click the button somewhere on your screen or go to publishinglife.com/AIA, you'll be getting these 8 amazing bonuses. Let me go through them real quickly. Guaranteed Profits Workshop, top 150 audiobook niches, VIP access to our expert team, $500 towards your first audiobook, the 10K case study vault, the low content Kickstarter, our social media accelerator course, and an extra AIA membership. Oh, that was a lot. But the bonuses come together for an added bonus value of $16,479. Plus all the future bonuses that we create, which we're honestly always creating, you will get for free and instant access to the new bonuses as well. So I can't tell you what they'll be yet, but I do know they'll be awesome. So this isn't even everything, because we're constantly adding stuff to AIA to better help you, and you get it all for free forever. Okay. But I do want to quickly take a second here to show you where you can find all the bonuses inside of the members area. So when you sign up and log in for the first time, this is the screen that you'll see. This is what we call the members area. And here on the left-hand side at the bottom are the 8 bonuses that you can immediately access. The bonuses are right there to be used and abused by you whenever you want to, okay? So you'll be getting these 8 awesome bonuses, as well as, of course, everything else. The video course, group coaching calls every single Monday for 2 hours, one-on-one coaching calls, access to the private AIA Facebook group, and all the done-for-you templates, tools, and resources where we do as much of the work for you as we possibly could. All of it comes together for a total value of $34,231. But you can join and get all of this for just $19.97. But of course, as you know, on top of that, you'll be getting the webinar only $500 discount, where you can get in today, right now, before this webinar is over, for just one installment of $14.97. Okay, so if you need any help joining, you can also send an email to our support team, which is support@publishinglife.com. Now, don't send them any questions right now. I will be wrapping up today's webinar with a Q&A session here shortly, where I'll most likely be answering the questions that you have. So hold on. But let's be honest. You know what you need to do right now. And it's, of course, go to publishinglife.com/AIA, click the Enroll Now button somewhere on your screen, then choose your plan that best suits you, and then just enter your card or PayPal details, because PayPal credit is still there for you to take advantage of. So you can, in fact, join today and let your audiobooks pay for it 6 months from now. You can do that with PayPal credit. So it really is an absolute no-brainer for you right now if this is something that you want to do. And that's why I'm simply giving you the little push and telling you to do it right now before the webinar ends to get the most out of it. So when you sign up, you'll get taken to this welcome page right here that says, congratulations, your enrollment into AIA 2.0 was successful. And there will be a quick video for you to watch where we just welcome you. And within the next few minutes or so, you will have your login details into the program. And the next time we'll talk to each other is the coming Monday for the next group coaching call. Okay, so let's continue here. Now, as you've seen with the explosive demand for audiobooks, the powerhouse platform that Audible is, and having us and our team doing as much of the work for you as we possibly can, you'd have to try very hard to not make good money with this. In fact, we're so confident that you will succeed that we're putting our money where our mouths are. And we're doing that with our $5,000 profit guarantee. And what this does is it shifts all the accountability of your success from you and onto us. So when you sign up at publishinglife.com/AIA, our entire team becomes responsible for your results. But if for some reason something goes wrong and you don't have the success that everyone else you've seen here on this webinar has had with AIA, you're completely covered. Now, we actually have to sign a legally binding agreement that states that we will uphold this $5,000 profit guarantee that we have, okay? So when you have this in place, you win either way, okay? Now let me explain how this works. How it works is if you don't make at least a bare minimum of $5,000 in pure profit in the next 180 days, we will instantly refund every penny of your investment and give you $1,000 on top of that. Most other places that I see only give 30 or a maximum of 60-day money-back guarantee. We give you 180 days to figure out if this is for you. And the reason we do that is because while we will be showing you how to make as much money as quickly as possible, this is not a race. Nor do I want you to feel pressured that you have to come out with your audiobooks as quickly as possible. I would say the sooner the better, because that simply means more passive income in your life. But I really just want this to be a true low-stress decision and journey for you. So you have a full 6 months to get every penny of your investment back. And I also want to be clear, there's no hard feelings. No hard feelings whatsoever. I've refunded things as well. Sometimes things just don't work out, and it is what it is. So to qualify for the $5,000 profit guarantee, all you have to do is meet our super simple, easy to do criteria. So we have 3 simple conditions. Number 1, watch the first 6 modules of the AIA video course. So yes, I'm kindly asking you to actually consume the thing you're about to invest in. That's not asking very much. It's actually asking very little, isn't it? Condition number 2 is you have to attend just 2 of the one-on-one coaching calls and let us help you. And number 3 is to list just 1 audiobook and have it live on Audible. Why? Because you can't make a single penny with audiobooks until it's listed on Audible, obviously. So all you need to do is give us a shot to make this work for you. And you'll have an entire 6 months, half a year, to cash in on this profit guarantee. So when you hop in, and if for some inexplicable reason you aren't able to make your $5,000 in profits in the first 180 days, we will give you a full refund plus another $1,000 on top of that. And the only reason I can offer you this is because I know our track record. And I know what happens when someone does follow these 3 simple criteria. They make money. And if you don't, I'll be putting money in your pocket with this profit guarantee. But if worst comes to worst, and again, no hard feelings, how you can redeem your profit guarantee is all you have to do is send an email to support@publishinglife.com with the subject line, refunding my AIA account, or something along those lines. It just helps us organize our emails. But what you see on the right-hand side right here, this is our average response time over the 7,000 email support tickets we've ever had. Under 3 hours. And that includes weekends. That includes the middle of the night. That includes holidays. On average, us and our support team responds in just 2 hours and 53 minutes. So you know that when you send our support team an email, you will get a very quick response. All right, so guys, knowing that, as long as you just let us help you, you're completely covered in every way, shape, and form. The absolute worst case scenario with AIA is still much better than doing nothing today. Knowing that, does this change things for you? And I also want to say that if you ask for a refund and you don't qualify, let's say, we're not going to say, hey, you don't qualify, you don't get a refund. What we're going to say is, let's get the things done so that you do qualify. And then after that, you can decide whether you want to stay in the program and keep making more money with audiobooks or get your full refund plus $1,000 fair and square. And guys, I'll be completely honest. This kind of is like the ultimate refund guarantee that can be completely taken advantage of. And we've had a few people join strictly to take advantage of it, and it worked for them because, hey, that's what we're signing up for when we're offering such a crazy refund guarantee. So if you're that kind of person, I want you to try and take advantage of this profit guarantee. Because what you'll realize is that having your audiobooks on Audible that we helped you with is going to be worth infinitely more than a measly $1,000 and a refund. So to take me up on that offer and try to take advantage of our profit guarantee, of course, you know what you need to do. Just go to publishinglife.com/AIA or click the enroll button somewhere on your screen and you'll be getting everything that you see on your screen right now. So that means the brand new AIA 2.0 video course, group coaching, one-on-one coaching, Facebook group, done for you templates, the 8 bonuses that you can read. They take a while to go through, so I won't go through them. Plus, you have the $5,000 profit guarantee in your corner just in case you want to use it. And you can get everything for just a tiny one-time installment of $14.97. And here's the thing. Listen, you could try this on your bank. You could try this on PayPal credits. It doesn't even have to be your money. Put it on a credit card. Put it on PayPal credit. It doesn't really matter. What's important is just that you're in the program before the end of this webinar. And it's important that you act quickly because we're getting towards the end of this webinar. I'll be doing the Q&A session here shortly, so make sure to stick around for that. I'm going to answer all your questions, give you the most detailed answers that I can. But before we do that, the final thing we'll be doing is hearing directly from a few AIA members themselves. And I think you'll really enjoy